Hey guys, how you doing? This is Rich from Rich TV Live, and I just heard a pretty frightening statistic. Italy reported their worst day so far due to the coronavirus. 475 deaths. 475 deaths in one day. It's heartbreaking, guys. It's heartbreaking. I can't leave my house without feeling like uncomfortable. I can't be around people now without feeling uncomfortable. The world has changed. The world has officially changed. And with what's happening in Italy, we are now hearing that people of all ages are dying in Italy. People of all ages are dying in Italy. Meanwhile, it's spring break in Florida, and they showed that in Florida, the beach was rammed. And I'm sitting here thinking, are people not paying attention to what's going on? 475 deaths in Italy in one day. And people are still not taking this seriously. How can people really not be taking this seriously at this point when Italy just had 475 deaths in one night? In 24 hours. I have a lot of family in Portugal. I'm devastated about what's happening in Italy. Today I was listening to BNN Bloomberg, and they said that Germany is treating this. The German politicians, political leaders, went live today and addressed their country and said that this is the worst situation since World War II. Germany is now comparing this to World War II. In fact, saying that this is the worst situation since World War II. The worst situation since World War II. That's pretty bad. The Canadian government has come out now today and said that they are going to reward Canadians, and I don't know how it works, with $900 every 2 weeks for a period of 15 weeks. This is the funding that is coming out from the Canadian government. The US has yet to announce what type of funding they're going to do yet 100%. Trump did say that they were going to be giving $1,000 to Americans. It looks as though as of April, if you are Canadian, you will qualify to receive $900 every 2 weeks, plus a GST rebate of anywhere from $300 up to $1,500 for single parents with 2 kids or more. So what's happening right now in Italy is frightening. And I pray for everybody in Italy. I pray for everybody in Italy. I can't believe what's happening there. The devastation in Italy is just mind-boggling. And I'm heartbroken for what's happening for that country. And it's not far from my country, Portugal, where I'm from and where my family is, and they're all very scared over there because Italy's in lockdown, Germany's not far behind, Spain's in lockdown, and Spain is right on the border of Portugal, and France is having major issues as well. France now is imposing that when you want to go out in public, you have to tell the government where you're going. People have to know where you're going at all times in France. So we're living in a different world in 2020. Oh, we're in a recession. We're in a recession. My family's from the northern part of Portugal. We're in a recession. You guys have to understand, we went from all-time highs in the markets to the biggest drop since 1987. We are now at 2017 prices. So we went from 2020 all-time highs to now 2017 prices. When you look at the chart, it looks like it fell off a cliff. We went from almost 30,000 Dow to 18,000 Dow in 5 weeks. So it literally looks like it dropped off a cliff. And the reality is this is just getting started. It can get way worse. I think it's going to get way worse before it gets way better. This is not just a recession. This is a possible depression. We're already in a recession. People are losing jobs. People are being told to stay home. The economic ramifications haven't even been recognized. Like nobody knows what they are yet. The economic ramifications haven't even been identified yet. We're still behind Italy. If it starts to spread and people start to die here, like they are in Italy, or if it starts to happen in the United States like it is in Italy, we're in some serious trouble. So right now we need to pray for the Italians. We need to pray for everybody. It looks as though China is starting to move closer to getting back to, not fully, but getting back to being productive. We're now in a position where we're kind of scaling back. The United States is in a position where they're scaling back. So we're scaling back, and then meanwhile, countries like China and South Korea are now starting to go back to work. That's a huge amount of people infected. Iran isn't testing anymore. Any numbers in China are fake. Yeah, you know what? I have no idea what the real numbers are. I just know that the numbers are growing on a global scale extremely quickly now. And it's like just frightening to look at the numbers grow. Like it's literally just growing. It's just growing and growing and growing. So I don't see an end in sight. Not right now.
Doom and gloom.
But China is already moving back to being productive and learning to live with this coronavirus. People in Hong Kong are back to work. A lot of people in China are going back to work. You're starting to see that they are actually starting to rebuild their economy. So while our markets are crashing, their market's actually growing again. So they hit their peak, and it seems as though they're starting to, like, they're using the term flatten the curve. Because what's happening is right now, people are all over the world, this is spreading, and it's growing, and there's people dying, and the curve looks like this. So what they're trying to do is tell everybody, go home, stay indoors, self-quarantine, and don't be in public places so this doesn't spread. And the people that are sick and need help can go to the hospitals. Everybody else, stay home. Stay away from everybody else. That's the best way to beat this. And then from there, the people that are still healthy, that are not sick, they can eventually go back to work and start rebuilding society again. This is what's been happening. This is what's happened in China. This is what's happened in Hong Kong. This is what's happened in South Korea, where if you actually do your research and you go and you look, you'll see that they're already back to work. So this came in, they figured out a way to deal with it, and it's kind of slowing down now.
Yeah, they put 1.4 billion people on lockdown.
Yeah, well, you had to lock everybody down to get the result that they wanted.
Yeah, but do you think that we'll be able to get to that? Everybody on lockdown for 30 days? Think we'll all listen?
I think a lot of people don't understand the severity of the situation. I think a lot of people still think it's not serious. Yeah, like the businesses, like a lot of people are not realizing that the business owners are taking a huge hit. All the business owners, all the entrepreneurs are taking a huge hit. All businesses. People losing their jobs, people losing their businesses, businesses going bankrupt, people dying, people getting sick. It's a very bad situation. But, you know, we as human beings have had bad situations in the past. We have to find a way to get through it. We have to find a way to get through it. Yo, we're live, we're interactive. Guys, smash the like button. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for joining. Let's not panic. Let's find a way as a community. Let's find a way to come together and be smart and share ideas and share different ways to make money from home and help each other and really show the world that, hey, you know what? This is a bad time, but we can find a way to get through it, you know? I was thinking about this a lot. And you know which businesses are going to do very well during a time like this? Video games. Gaming companies. Gaming companies are going to do extremely well. People are going to be at home. They're going to be bored. They're not going to know what to do. They're going to be playing video games. Companies that are like Netflix are going to do really well in times like this. People are going to be watching Netflix. So companies like Netflix, gaming companies. These are the types of things that we can do to keep ourselves busy. We can do more research, find opportunities to generate income from home so that we can find a way to make up for our losses that we're getting from all the lost business from being at home and not being able to go out and do business normally like we were able to do before the coronavirus.
All liquor stores, all cannabis stores will be closed by 2 p.m. tomorrow.
All cannabis stores?
Yeah.
No way. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All liquor stores and all cannabis stores
No way.
will be closed down tomorrow by 2 p.m.
Wow. So we got some breaking news, guys. All liquor stores and all cannabis stores will be closed tomorrow to the public by 2 p.m. here in Vancouver. Wow. Wow.
Provincial ones. Provincial liquor stores.
Provincial liquor stores. Wow. It's getting real, guys. It's getting real.
The COVID operator.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, anything online. Guys, I got a trading academy. Join the trading academy. Let's go. Let's make money trading.
Got nothing else to do.
Netflix and trade.
Food delivery companies. Take a look at Grill. GRIL. Man, everyone's going to be loading up on cannabis tomorrow, bro. Everyone's going to the store and loading up on cannabis tomorrow. Cannabis sales are going to go through the roof, but then what? All those stocks are going to plummet. People are going to have to order online.
Back to a penny.
Holy moly. Dylan Fraser says you can still order online. Mystic Mind says sell now. It says work day in the title, not worst day. Oh, damn. Sorry, man. How do I fix that? I'm not looking at any of the markets right now, not this second. I know the futures were up, but after I saw the devastation with Italy, I just had to come live because I couldn't believe it. It was like 475 people one day. That's a big number. That's too big of a number. It's a very scary number. That's a frightening number. You know, almost up to 500 people in a day. Very sad. John P. says, my country of Italy is doing fine.
There you go.
What do you mean they're doing fine? Are you sure about that? Because, I don't know, I speak to my family in Portugal and they're telling me that Italy and Spain are not doing fine. So, what's the mortality rate in Italy? It's really high. it's not good. Like they got what, like over 2,500 deaths I don't know exactly how many infected over there, but I know it's over 20,000, maybe 30,000 by now. It's just growing really fast. I think there's a lot of people that are still not compliant here. I mean, I made a video yesterday from the beach. I wanted to show you guys that there's still people going out. And there's a lot of people that are not taking this serious, but I'm not going to the beach again today. I didn't even feel safe going there yesterday. I didn't think there was going to be that many people there. I was actually shocked when I saw how many people were there. I was like, okay, you know what? I don't want to be here. So I'm not going there again today. I'm in self-quarantine. I don't know, says Italy has a lot of Chinese tourists. They were late in shutting down. Yeah, well, a lot of countries were late in shutting down.
We're just gonna give it back to China. Plus, no one's allowed to go over there.
Man, I've been saying it since day one, man. I've been saying since day one that this had a chance to be a global pandemic, and we got it now. 171 countries or something crazy. Like, just a ridiculous amount of countries and
In a short amount of time.
in like a few months, and people now not going to work all over the world, and it just economic collapse. Economic collapse. Every country in every country in the world having to come and bail out the people, bail out the businesses, bail out the banks, bail out the travel industry, bail out the cruise industry. It's just a mess. It's such a mess. And then lost in it is all the lives lost. The devastation and the lives lost. Well, that's the thing. Like, people don't understand is when they're not taking it serious, they're actually putting other people's lives at risk. I like Bitcoin. Like, these prices are a gift, but I think it could go lower because this pandemic is just getting started. Especially here in North America, it's just getting started. We should have known. We should have known when China warned us all. They gave us a window. I was telling everybody, we were going live and we were telling everybody. They gave us a window of opportunity to act.
Almost 2 months ago, we made that video.
Almost 2 months ago. We had a window of opportunity to act and prepare. And now you can't, like, we just went to the store and you can't get eggs. You can't get meat.
Nothing.
There's
No food.
everything is
No
just
toilet
cleaned
paper,
out.
Nothing.
Toilet paper's gone. It's just cleaned out. So we're living in a crazy time right now. You know, it's funny. You're asking what will happen on Hastings Street. They're acting like nothing happened because they don't even know nothing about COVID on Hastings.
Well, they're gonna corner. If you notice, their hangout spot's getting smaller and smaller. If you haven't noticed,
No, I know, but they don't even know that there's a COVID.
I'm sure they do. Some of them do.
I don't know.
Right?
I think if you're on Hastings, you're too far gone. Probably.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be our next job.
If you guys don't know Hastings, Hastings is a very, 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 very dangerous place here in Vancouver. I wouldn't say dangerous, but it's like the Night of the Living Dead, like zombie apocalypse. A bunch of crackheads everywhere just shooting up and just right in broad daylight. So yeah, it's a very crazy spot. Everybody, if you think about what it means to the economy to just stop the economy for 3 months,
30 days.
even for 30 days, but like for 3 months, which is what I think it's going to take, minimum 3 months, 90 days, the economic loss is like through the roof.
That's why it's
Because then it's going to take another 3 to 6 months just to get things back to normal. So you're talking like trillions upon trillions upon trillions of dollars. Like,
There's 38 billion of us. 38 million people. Yeah, 38
It's
million. So, no, not that much.
Italy with 475 deaths in one day.
How many are we at?
We're at 8 deaths.
8.
They're having 475 a day. Now remember, guys, Italy does have one of the oldest populations in the world. Remember that. Guys, we got to get more likes, man. Thank you guys for the hits. Thank you guys for the tips. Thank you guys for being here. What do you guys think? Smash the like button if you're live. What do you guys think? Crazy situation happening right now. I just came live. Italy, 475 deaths in one day. And we're hearing this is not all old people. However, Italy does have one of, if not the oldest populations in the world. Keep that in mind. But we are hearing it is not strictly old people that are dying in Italy. What we have to be worried about is when this coronavirus mutates and becomes something worse. That's what we need to be concerned about. And my fear is that's what's happening in Italy. Is that this has found a way to mutate somehow. Somehow it seems to be worse in Italy. I don't know why. Or we don't know the real numbers in China, South Korea, some of the other places, Iran, some of the other places that have been reporting the numbers. And now it's coming into our neighborhoods and our backyards here in Canada and the United States, and we're going to get a chance to see what the numbers are for ourselves, which is really scary. Thank you guys for the likes. I appreciate the extra likes. Thank you guys. I think we're going to find it everywhere. I think we're going to find it everywhere. Hey man, tell the people in Italy that the flu is way worse. Tell the people in Italy that the flu is way worse. Their entire country, their entire economy is just shut down. Dylan Fraser says over 140,000 per couple gets nothing, I heard. Yeah, I guess the high income families are not in the same financial situation. Yeah, the flu is worse, but you have to remember this outbreak is just starting. So you're comparing something like the flu that's been here for a really long time to something that is brand new and is just spreading amongst the population. So you can't compare it to the flu yet. Give it some time and let's see what the results are. And let's see if we can find a vaccine to beat it, to stop it, to cure it. Saint Gang Gang says 5 to 20 million Chinese dead, 2 to 3 million Iran. US will catch up quick probably. Yeah, I don't know where you're getting those numbers, but those are frightening numbers. So the big news, the scary news is that Italy has just reported 475 deaths in one day. And from what I remember, that is one of the biggest days we have seen from any of the countries anywhere in the world. That has been reported. 475 deaths in one day. Those are people's dads, moms, friends, sisters. It's sad. Alfonso says the book End of Days predicted this. It's a crazy time, guys. It's a crazy time. Like, I'm a dad, but like, part of me almost feels bad that I brought my kids into this world because I love my kids, but man, this is not a world that I love right now. It's really sad. It's a sad place. It's a sad place, man. It's like I never thought my kids would have to live through something like this. Like, you always think there's a chance, but you never think that you're going to live through something like this until I guess it happens. Because I've never been through it, I don't really. I remember when September 11th happened, and I remember waking up and hearing, the World Trade Center has been bombed. The World Trade Center has been bombed. And I remember thinking to myself, what the hell? And then I remember I had an office downtown Toronto, and I remember it was actually, it wasn't even downtown Toronto, it was in Mississauga. And I remember going to my office and thinking, I was supposed to go to the Bahamas. And I'm like, I'm not going to the Bahamas. I'm not going on a plane. This doesn't seem right. So I was supposed to go to the Bahamas. I didn't go to the Bahamas, canceled my trip. I went to my office and I remember thinking, like, this is one of the weirdest days of my life. And now I'm looking at those days and I'm trying to like compare it, but it's not comparable because like that was like a one-time shock and awe event where it was like the towers got hit by planes and it was crazy. And you see all the devastation and it took a long time to fix. But it was like more like a, like a 1 day shock and awe, and then it was like cleanup. Whereas with this, it's like slowly getting worse. It's just slowly getting worse, slowly getting worse, slowly getting worse. So it's just like all of a sudden now it went from slowly getting worse to now all of a sudden like it's getting really bad, right? To the point where like there's like 1,000 deaths a day, right? There's 1,000 deaths a day worldwide. People are still gonna say it's less than the flu. But I remember when we had one death 7 weeks ago. Started reporting this, there was one death. Now, 7 weeks later, there's almost 9,000. There's like 218,000 cases worldwide, and the numbers are only getting bigger. Teachers are going to get no checks and doctors are going to get no checks. That sucks. Where are you finding this information? I think anybody who loses jobs can get money. I think anybody who loses jobs is going to be able to get money, or they can go on unemployment. So there will be something that will be done for everybody in one way or another. I already have some people I know that have called their credit card companies, and credit card companies have already agreed to, you know, push their payments back a month. So there's things you can do. There's things you can do, guys, right now to help your situation. There's things you can do right now to help your situation. You can call up your credit card companies. You can call up your banks with your mortgages. You can call up your banks that you have car loans with and tell them, hey, I just lost my job because of the coronavirus. I'm not working. I'm being told to sit at home. I'm doing that. So I think that if you do that, you're going to have a good response. You'll have the banks tell you, okay, they'll work something out with you. Um, if you have bills that you need to pay and you have no way to pay them, I think that the banks will work with you more now than they have in the past. Your lenders, your banks, your credit cards, lines of credit, car loans, mortgages. Get on the phones, guys. Get on the phones. Nobody knows exactly what anybody's going to get yet. Obviously, everybody's excited to see what we're going to get. Some of us may get nothing, depending on our financial situations. It's going to determine what they're going to do, apparently. So we'll see. It would be nice if everybody got something to really help stimulate the economy. I hope that's what they do, but we don't know yet. Nobody really knows yet. There will be an online form we're going to have to go and fill out. And I'm assuming that if we fill in the online form, then we'll qualify to be able to get some type of subsidy. The virus is, if you get the virus, then the best thing you can hope for is just to be healthy. Hey, thank you guys for those 45 likes, though, man. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Dylan says, sorry, guys. I'm just pissed. Mr. Negative today. Thoughts on TVIX and VIX? I thought that they were really good plays for today. But the market's been going up one day, down the next day. Up one day, down the next day. So, you should have sold today. That would be my play. Sell it today, and then if it goes down again tomorrow, buy it again tomorrow. That would be my plan. But remember, Rich TV Live is strictly for education and entertainment purposes. Always do your due diligence. Always do your research before you invest in anything that we talk about here on Rich TV Live. Don't go out and just buy something because you heard me talk about it. Do your own due diligence. Fall in love with the company, and make sure that you realize that we are in one of the hardest times ever for an investor to invest. So much uncertainty, so much volatility. However,
It's time to buy.
However, in times of volatility, when there's fear on the streets, that's when you're supposed to buy, right? They always say when there's blood on the streets, buy. Yeah, a lot of people are saying best time ever to invest. But the reality is we're just in the first inning of this. We're in the first inning of this virus. What's it going to look like in the ninth inning? We're in the first inning. I don't know where China is. That might be in the fifth. They might be in the seventh. They might be in the ninth. They might be in the third. I don't know. I'm not there. I hope that they're in the ninth. But I feel like we're in the first because it's just starting right now. But yes, prices are 2017 prices. But what happens if we go down to like 2000 and, 2008 prices, 2002 prices, 1980 prices? You know what I mean? Like, what happens if something really crazy happens? So we have to be very careful, and we have to plan for any possible situation in this market. It's a very difficult market for anybody to predict. Yeah. Dylan Fraser says, for 15 weeks unemployment, if you lose your job, that's the max you can get, I think. Michelle Clark said, how did SQQQ do today? It did well. I sold it. Sold it. I was happy. Took my money and ran. 172 territories. I know. Crazy, right? Look at Ford stock last 5 years. Everyone, that is the real economy. Yeah, the markets are going crazy. Joe Mama says silver at 11.98 still might go lower if you can believe it. It might. It might go lower for sure, but I think it can also go way higher. Yeah, anyone who's lost their job, I would apply for EI. I would apply for assistance right away. Find out what your options are, guys. Find out what your options are. I think everybody's going to lose jobs. Everyone's going to lose business. Business owners are being told to go
All my
home.
job sites are shut down.
Yeah,
All
everybody,
mall work, all
everybody's
shopping mall
affected.
work, all school work. It's all shut down. Those are all my jobs.
Everybody's affected, guys. Everybody's affected. I mean, everybody's losing business right now. You know, I work with public companies, and they're telling me, Rich, we don't want to do any videos for a few weeks. Nobody wants to do any videos. Like, nobody knows where the world's going to be in a few weeks. Everybody's kind of in a lockdown, shutdown mode. I'm like, well, you can do videos from your home. Doesn't affect you from home. You can do videos. And I think people will start doing videos again. But it's affected me too. So it's affecting everybody. My kids are not going to school. My kids' sports are canceled. Universities are canceled.
Churches are canceled.
When you go to McDonald's, there's nobody inside. They only want to serve you outside. Pretty much don't really want to serve you inside. Same with Tim Hortons. All fast foods like that now. It's crazy how low things are going. It's unbelievable. Chad says, I bought Kinross Gold today. Hey, man, I hold Kinross Gold. I like that company. I think that gold is going to be a safe haven where people are going to pour their money into. That's my opinion. I think gold goes to 2,000. So stay tuned. I think we're going to watch gold run to 2,000. Oh, it's a crazy time, man. 475 people died in Italy in one day.
It's messed up.
That's sad, man. It's really sad. I grew up with a lot of Italian friends, and I can't even imagine. If there's anybody that's watching that is Italian, I'd love to know what you guys think right now. Are you speaking to your families? What's it like? What's the energy like in Italy? It's just devastating. So many things are sold out. So many things are sold out. I think we're in 172 countries now. Yeah, I would stay away from airlines personally. I would stay away from airlines. But you never know. It could create a buying opportunity. But, man, so many of them are going to go bankrupt, guys. Airlines, cruise lines. The biggest ones will survive, but a lot of them are going to go bankrupt. Yeah, I mean, everything is starting to shut down over here, guys. It's just a matter of time till everything shuts down, except for the grocery stores where we'll be able to get food, and you'll be able to do things online, and you're gonna have to do things from home. I think that that's the direction that we're going in, whether we like it or not. That's the direction we're going in North America. Yeah, the cannabis companies are in trouble for sure. Yeah, how long can airlines go without making money? How long can any business go without making money? How many months can a business go without making money? It's devastating. And lockdowns are happening everywhere. Like, I'm hearing now that lockdowns are happening in the Dominican Republic, lockdowns are happening in Europe, lockdowns are starting to happen, obviously, in Asia. So, I mean, lockdowns are starting to happen everywhere. So, I'm assuming we're going to have to be prepared for lockdown. How many days do you think until we have to lock down? Honestly, full lockdown.
A week.
A week? We might have a week, guys. We may have a week where we're allowed to go outside. I mean, that's very realistic, I think, at this pace. They're discussing a lockdown in London. You have to assume that everybody's discussing it right now. It's a lockdown right now in America?
while people are in Florida on the beach.
475 deaths in Italy in one
Do you
day.
see why it's going to be so hard to get rid of it? Do you see why they're calculating that many deaths? Because they know we're eventually going to give it back to China. And it's just going to run rampant, like the flu. And this is just going to be one of the viruses around that come around. And
Yeah, until they find a vaccine. Well, we're going to have to learn how to live with it until we find a vaccine, because you can't just shut down the world.
you can for 30 days.
You can for 30 days, but you
Yes.
can't do it for 90 days.
You can
And it's
do it
going to
for
take 90 days to
30.
properly do it. If you do it for
shut down
30, it's like a
everybody and
Band-Aid.
Everybody goes indoors for 30 days, it kills the virus.
If you do it for 30
And
days,
then
it's
they do like house visits.
if you do it for 30 days, it's like a Band-Aid. If you do it for 90 days, I think it would be more effective.
Well, let's try the 30 days first. And if everybody's abiding by it and they say an extra 15 days, then why wouldn't everybody do it?
A lot of these guys are saying that martial law is coming.
Wow.
That's pretty.
In a
That's
sense,
aggressive.
It's been here before, right?
What exactly is martial law? That's the government telling you
Has all
what
the
time
power.
you need to go to bed,
Yeah.
what time you need to close the lights. You're not allowed to be on the streets at this time.
Yeah,
Follow these rules or else.
yeah. Or we can throw you in jail forever and not even give you a reason.
It's very risky investing in airlines right now. We just have no idea what the devastation is going to be. People need to stay inside and people need to stay away from large group gatherings, but
Large group gathering.
people are not listening. Like, I drove down, was driving around, and there was all kinds of groups of people just hanging out. And I'm by the beach here, and people just can't help it. They can't help it. And it's like, man, you guys don't get it. Like, this is your lives we're talking about here. Like, this is your lives.
Like, you can get it. I heard you can get it, but it's
Yeah,
gonna
but why
affect
would you want
It's
it?
gonna affect your lungs. Like 20% of your lungs down the road, it's gonna give you problems.
Yeah, so why would you want it?
Oh, no.
It's better just to stay away from everybody for a few months if you have to, and then live the rest of your life normally. Otherwise, you're going to have to what? Go to the hospital and deal with this hell? Imagine going to the hospital with this right now? With everyone else wanting to go to the hospital
You can't.
too?
You're not supposed to. You're supposed to wait it out. Just suck it up.
But right now, trying to be at the hospital with this would just be like, I could just imagine it. It'd be a nightmare. The doctors would be scared, you know? I could see it. I could see it right now. Hey Danielle, how you doing? Yeah, just my heart is hurting for my my Italian friends. I grew up with a lot of Italians, and I can't even imagine. They're very proud people and they're very close, family oriented, and I can't even imagine how the country is feeling right now about the fact that 475 people passed away in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, that's really sad, man.
I don't know. I don't know what the specifics are in Italy where. Thank you guys for the 50 likes, by the way. I really appreciate it. I don't know the specifics of where all the deaths are in Italy. I haven't gotten into that much detail. I just saw the headline that there was 475 deaths, and that was one of the biggest numbers I've seen. And I thought, you know what? I got to go live and talk about it. It's a big number. 475 deaths in one day. That's big. And, being that I have family in Portugal, my mom is there right now. My grandfather's there right now. My cousins are there right now. All my family's there right now. And they're right there. And they're right beside Spain. And Spain's in lockdown. And there's many deaths in Spain too. And Portugal's right there. It's frightening. It's very frightening. Thank you, Danielle. I appreciate you. It means a lot. I'm praying for you guys, man, and for everybody. This is one of the most craziest things I've ever seen in my life. It's very difficult for life to just go on and to just pretend like nothing's happening. It's weird, man. It's weird. Like, you can't, I'm here with my friend, and we went to the grocery store, and, everything's sold out. It's tons of people. Everything's sold out. And it's just weird. And then you feel like, man, just by being in the grocery store, you're putting yourself at risk. Just to go grocery shopping, you're putting yourself at risk. I know it's very hard to think about money in a time like this. Our health is our wealth. Our health is our wealth. Yeah, I've seen this in movies too, but when it happens in real life, it's like, whoa, this is actually happening?
Just desensitized you, that's what. Wow.
Did I feel dirty? What do you mean?
Dirty boy.
When I went shopping? Did I feel dirty? No, I just feel uncomfortable. Floyd says, yes, at work, everyone thinks it's a joke. Crazy, I know. I don't know. Tell that to the 475 people that are gone in Italy overnight. I don't think they think it's a joke. Their lives are gone. So I think their lives passing is our reminder of how real this is.
Well, we were 50 days behind China, so we're gonna expect to go through what China went through. And
But
if
nobody
we don't-
knows the real numbers in China.
If we don't quarantine,
Italy's
the way-
numbers
if we
are
don't-
almost...
If we don't lock down and shut down like everybody's doing, then what's gonna happen is it's gonna spread. So what they're doing is locking down the borders. They're telling everybody to stay inside, and if they enforce it like they do China, which I doubt they will, then it might stick around here a little bit longer, right? And then there's a probability that that'll go back to China. So this is why it's so important to at least have 30 days.
How is it
of
going to go
just
back to
being-
China if all the borders are locked down?
Eventually, well, that's what I mean. Like once the borders are lifted and it's considered contained, right? And then someone still has it because they've never been checked. They go back to China, then it
Yeah, I
spreads
don't think they're
again,
going to
right?
lift the borders for a while, man. Yeah.
No, I don't think
They're going to just do all the trading digitally. Nobody's going to be on the trading floor. It's all digital anyways. It's all computers, guys. So they've been prepared for that anyways. I don't think that that's even an issue.
Wait, keep your eye on if you see a lot of construction going on in your neighborhood too, with some 5G towers going up.
Danielle
While
says,
we're
I don't
on-
think anything will be the same again, honestly.
While we're all
Yeah,
stuck
the
inside,
world doesn't feel the same already.
5G towers, watch out.
Yeah, we're in some really, really weird times for all of those people that have lost their lives in Italy and all over the world for this terrible virus. May they all rest in peace. It's your late night vampire, your boy Rich from Rich TV Live. We've been talking about this for 7 weeks now, and these numbers are just devastating now. So it's turned into a nightmare. Everybody
As
stay
we
safe.
said, as we predicted it would.
Yeah, everybody stay safe. The Canadian government is saying that they are going to be providing support.
Just
So-
gotta jump through hoops to get it.
Try to do whatever you can to get it. And American
Yeah, well-
government saying the same thing. Every government in the world is pretty much saying they're going to come to your rescue. So this is your boy Rich from Rich TV Live. If there's any other breaking news, you know I'll be here. Other than that, have yourselves a great night. Stay safe and wash your hands, everybody. Peace. Pray for everybody in Italy, guys.